Hey everyone, caffeine injected here, which is always weird to say that name. When I created my YouTube name was a long time ago. I don't think I ever tried, even thought about trying to get a lot of subscribers. Um, Let me turn my music down as always. And I just wanted to say a couple things. First off, I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can start making money again. Because I used to make a little bit of money. YouTube's pretty cool in that you don't have to have a lot of subscribers to make a little bit of cash. Maybe I was making 20 bucks a month, 50 bucks a month, maybe not even that much. But it's kind of cool to be able to obviously to be able to make cash via YouTube. So I appreciate everybody who subscribes. I need to do a lot more work, obviously, to try to get subscribed. I don't try very hard, as you guys know. I just take raw footage and upload it and do a lot of rambling because that's just kind of my personality. But I kind of wanted to try to make a push to get to 1,000 at least, so I can start getting some money back for all the crap I upload, whether people like it or not. I hope they do. We're looking at my World of Warcraft Retail login screen here. You know what? Let's just for fun. Let's go ahead and open up my Lights Hope login screen as well. I think I'm sharing my screen now, so you guys can see it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about, and just do another ramble, talking about World of Warcraft Retail, World of Warcraft Vanilla. What am I, what I like about them again, what I don't. Maybe some information about the gaming world in general, as far as the MMO landscape, and I might even touch on my game that I've been wanting to make forever, that I've been lazy and haven't done anything with because I'm a computer programmer by day, so I write code all day long. In fact, I need to log into work here pretty soon and start working, but I write code all day long, so when I get home, sometimes it's really, well, almost all the time, it's really difficult to want to sit back and start writing stuff for a video game, and a lot of it's because there's a lot of stuff to learn about making your own video game, and even though I've done some 3D modeling and done a lot of Photoshop, so textures and stuff like that, and I haven't done much with game engines. I've done some with the Unreal Game Engine. I've been going through a class on I say Udemy? Yeah, Udemy. Udemy's actually, I'm going to show you guys Udemy real quick, too, for you guys, prospective game developers. Um, if you go to Udemy, see if I can remember my login here real quick. I usually log in through my phone, actually. Well, I'm not going to buy a login. I don't want you guys to see all that information. But if you go to Udemy and, let's see, Unreal Engine 4. There's a lot of content here for game development, so if any of you guys are prospective game developers, and then you see the cost of these classes is very inexpensive. This is the one that I've been going through here. It's a great course. It's very long. If you go through these sections, you can see, there's like 5 hours of lectures. The total lectures is 59 hours. So, I mean, that's just the lectures. So when you go through and you're doing code and you're adding the C++ code and you're learning all of these different pieces in the Unreal Game Engine, it's extremely time consuming. It's very time consuming. So, but it's a great course. If you guys are prospective game developers, I highly recommend going to Udemy. Another thing that's kind of cool about Udemy is that they do have their own Discord. I'm not even doing this for Unity, and I'm giving them a little. I'd have to log in with my other account, but that they do have their own Discord, which is kind of nice. So you can go in there and ask other people. You can collaborate with other people, prospective game developers. In fact, there's a collaboration channel there where people are constantly posting, "Hey, I'm looking for a texture artist, or I'm looking for a level designer, or I'm looking for a modeler, or an animator, or a C++ coder." So it's great if you guys want to make video games or you want to learn how to do that. I highly recommend Udemy. So back, World of Warcraft. This is my retail account. Now, if I go into Realms, I have a lot of characters in retail, but I haven't played retail much at all in the past 3 years. So this account here, Skywall, which is the server I'm on right with most of my main characters, has most of my main characters. This one here, Holy Shield, well, I just created brand new just a few weeks ago, like a week ago. And I boosted her. I leveled her to 46. Then I boosted her to 110. Once I felt like I remembered how to play the Paladin in and out pretty well, then I boosted her to 110, and I had to reset up my talents and everything. And I think I've got her down pretty well. It's pretty straightforward. I think a Paladin tank's pretty easy. The hardest part of the Paladin really is being more of a group, being more utility for your group. Casting Hand of Freedom, Hand of Salvation, Hand of Blessing and Protection, Blessing and Salvation is what I meant to say. Blessing and Salvation, Blessing and Protection. And you also, if you talent into it, you can cast the spell Warding and make somebody in your party immune to spell damage as well, which you would, in certain raid encounters, you could throw that on your healer. When certain bosses throw out just massive amounts in Mythic Plus, they throw out massive amounts of spell damage. You want to keep your priest, you heal her up, or you want to throw Hand of Freedom on her, Blessing of Freedom, so she can keep moving around and getting in range to keep your party healed. I've got a lot of characters in this count. I've got out another paladin here, which I've played not a lot, but I've leveled her from 0 to 100. None of these have been boosted. The only character that's boosted is Holy Shield, because I actually used both boosts on her, which was really stupid. But I boosted her to 100, thinking I'd level 100 to 110. I still had the boost to 100 when I bought World of Draenor, I guess, or Legion, I guess. And then I started playing her, and then once I heard that the quests were coming out for Darkshore, which is going to be out on the 24th of this month, and you guys should all look at doing that, the burning of the Teldrassil tree to set up, if you're Alliance, setting up the Alliance, kind of the reason why the Alliance of the Horde are going head-to-head again. Once I heard that that line was out, I kind of wanted to do that, so I boosted to 110, which was my BFA free boost that I got, so that I could just start that quest line, and then, like an idiot, like a moron, I realized that it wasn't available until 24th, so which is fine, because I honestly didn't really want to have to go and level from 100 to 110. But you can see I've got this paladin, which I leveled from 0 to 100. This is my gatherer, so she actually, I think Death Knights are really nice for, Druids are the best gatherers, but Death Knight would be the second best in my opinion, because of when I was doing Wrath of the Lich King, my pet, my ghoul, like I could land, and when people would start to attack me, I would get aggro, my ghoul would pick them up, and I could finish mining nodes, which was a lot more important when you had to hit a node multiple times back then. Now you don't. So back then that was really important, so that was nice. And also being able to walk across water also helped as well. This is just a druid. I leveled up a druid because I was trying to, and I'll do this all the time. I'll play classes, and then when a new expansion comes out, if I haven't played WoW in a while, like especially this last time, I'll create a character from scratch just to remember kind of how to play a class again, to really, I find it much easier to get comfortable with my keybinds and a character if I keep learning new keybinds as I'm learning the skill. So as you're leveling up, you get a skill, you keybind it, then you play around with that for the next 2 or 3, 4 levels, and then you get another skill. You know what I mean? It really eases you into getting your keybinds down and feeling really comfortable. If you just like boost a character from 0 to 100 and have to throw all these keybinds on your bars and then try to use them, I guarantee you're not going to feel real comfortable with it, especially if you haven't played the game in a long time. So this is one that I leveled up because I hadn't played a druid in a long time, and I just was trying to get used to playing the druid again. And like I do with all classes, I get a little bit of an emotional attachment to each one, because I've got another druid here somewhere, this one, which I've played a little bit longer. And you can see she's got the druid class quest headpiece and the druid class quest staff, and I love these class quest items for druids. I think are fantastic. I love the little flowers sprouting on the staff. I just think it fits the druid, obviously being a kind of a nature protector of nature. And then this is the character I've played more than any other character in World of Warcraft. This is my priest, who I created in Vanilla WoW in early November, or in late November probably, 2004. If I do a slash play on her, it's going to be around 160 days of real-time played, probably. That's the most I've played on any class. And then this is just a warrior I created, a Fury warrior I created and leveled up from 0, just because I never played Fury warriors that much, and I just thought it'd be fun. And she was actually quite a lot of fun. I did pretty well with her in Arena. She was fun in Arena. And then this is, again, another class, a rogue I created and leveled up because I hadn't played a rogue in a while, so I was trying to remember, get comfortable with the rogue again. And then here's my main rogue, who I did manage to get the Warglaives after 10 attempts. So I got him in 10 tries, which I think is really lucky, actually. So she's really fun. Little known fact that people didn't know about was when Warlords of Draenor came out, Warglaives actually scaled. You could equip your Warglaives, and they scaled, I believe, it was either like 2 or 3 levels or 5 levels. I can't remember which. But I was going into Battlegrounds with Warglaives, and people were like, why are you wearing level 70 weapons? And I just kind of laughed at them, because they actually were, at that time, I guess they would have been level 90? Yeah, level 90. So they were like 90, and they scaled. So I was beating the hell out of people in Battlegrounds, and people didn't, People probably were like, how the hell is this guy beating the shit out of you with level 70 weapons? But they were scaling. So that was a little known fact that I don't think a lot of people knew. These actually scaled a little bit at the beginning of Drano, Warlords of Draenor, which I thought was really funny. Here's the Demon Hunter I just created, and to see if I would like playing the Demon Hunter as a tank. And to be honest, I really don't. I find their abilities kind of boring. I do love the movement aspect. The movement of Demon Hunters is fantastic. What else do we got? This is a mage that I created and leveled up fairly recently, so she's not one of my older mages. Druid. Okay, let's go to... I want to show you one of my oldest mages. If you go to Tichondrius, which is where I played a lot on Tichondrius, and I think it's on here. This is my oldest mage, Cheryl. And even though she's level 85, she is my oldest. Meaning the one that I've created that long ago, the one I've created the most, in the past, the longest in the past. Man, I cannot talk today. I just woke up. Let me drink some of this Coke. But she's the one that I created, she's the first one I created that I still have on the account. So she's the oldest mage I have as far as from the data creation until now. And she's fun. But let's do a slash played. So she's got total time played 37 days. And if you look at achievements, arena, I actually got her past 750 in 3s and 2s, which, I'm not the greatest arena player. I would never say I'm a great PvP player. I'm okay. I got her really close to 2,000. I got her up around 1,900, but she was fun. I was running, and I love mages in arena. They're so much fun. She was a blast in arena. I had a really good 3s team, but I was the weak link, no doubt about it. I had a 3s team, and we were trying to get to 2,400, and I think the team was around 2,100, and they got me in there, and we kind of hovered around 2,100, and then we started to drop, and I think I was the weak link. I just wasn't quite used to playing a mage that much at the time, and I wasn't maybe the best player as far as getting the sheeps off maybe quite fast enough. It's a lot to learn in mage, and I think that there's a lot of people who've played in arena with WoW, with certain classes, since the beginning of WoW, and so they're very quick, and they're very, their mindset, they know what they need to do in every situation. And at the time, I had just created the mage. I created the mage this mage was probably, I don't think it tells you when you create it, which is unfortunate. I probably created her in, I'm going to guess, either late Burning Crusade or early Wrath of the Lich King. But this is the mage I played the most. So we got 37 days? I just thought it'd be fun to go through some of these characters. 37 days, and then let's log out. 37 days. These characters are not that old. I always liked this Blood Elf Paladin. I just thought she looked kind of cool. This was a test. I tell you what, this is when I did the Miss of Pandaria, and I did this Shadow Priest. She just absolutely dominated. This warrior looks like a paladin, which I think is really funny. But let's go back. I want to go back to that other mage I have on the Skywall. But yeah, Shadow Priests at the beginning of Miss of Pandaria were just amazing. And I must admit, I love Shadow Priests. So I don't know what Shadow Priests are like in BFA. I'm going to do some research, but I do enjoy Shadow Priests a lot. So let's go ahead and log into this mage. And I guarantee you she doesn't have 37 days play. 37 days doesn't seem like a lot, but it actually is. I mean, it's actually a decent amount of time. And you'll find that the characters you created older, way back when, are going to have a lot more days because the leveling took a lot longer. So if I do slash played on this character, it's a whole 14 days. So this mage is level 90. She's higher level than that 85 mage, but she's got much less days played. So she's a much younger mage. The other character I have that would be the most played, because my two mains in vanilla were my priest and my hunter, would be my hunter, and we're going to have to find my hunter. I think she's on Emerald Dream. She's gone through a lot of name changes, but her original name was Shirl, S-H-I-R-L. And you can see I use that name a lot, Shirl, with a U or an I. I actually started switching to U because I like U better. But this is her. Her name's Koniko right now. I've spent so much money on this damn game between realm changes and name changes. Only reason I've done the name changes is because when I switch realms, the name's taken. So then I have to, change my name. But if you look at this character here, I don't know why I'm glowing. Maybe somebody can tell me. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's just... If you look at this character, these are original items from Vanilla WoW. Like, this is all original that I got in Vanilla WoW. I didn't have the leggings, though. The leggings was the one piece I never got in Vanilla. I ran that damn... I think it was Stratholme. I ran that instance so many times. I can't tell you. I swear I ran it 100 times and I still couldn't get the leggings. It was the most frustrating thing I ever experienced in World of Warcraft. I don't know why I couldn't. They didn't, whenever they dropped, somebody else outrolled me for them. So it was just ridiculous. But you can see I got the original. I've got all the original Beastalker gear from Vanilla WoW except for the legs, which just still irritates me to this day. I've got the size of the Unseen Path. This is Legacy set bonus is inact. This is the Silithus reputation, Silithus Factious Exalted Reputation weapon that you had to grind for. It took me 2 weeks killing mobs to get damn encrypted Twilight text just to get this item, and it's still, I think, one of the most interesting, unique looking axes. Very unusual. And I still have dual weapons, and I don't know how Vanilla WoW is right now. I mean, I don't know how retail is with hunters and their weapons, but at some point in time they took weapons away, and so I don't even know if I can unequip this right now, if it'll like change something. But anyway, you know what I mean. I don't know. I actually don't even know. But this is my my original hunter from Vanilla WoW. Her name was originally Cheryl, and let's go ahead and do a slash play just for fun. 95 days, so that's a pretty good amount of time. So my priest is the most at like 160. Then it comes to this one at 95. And I stopped playing. Once they took away the ability to use melee, I quit playing the hunter. I just said, fuck you, Blizzard, because that's bullshit. I don't care what... I mean, any MMO you ever play, a hunter is going to have melee weapons and going to be able to use some melee. So that just was absolutely one of the worst decisions they could ever have made. And I don't know what they were thinking. But yeah. And I have no idea about arena on this one. Let's take a look. This ought to be fun. Let's go to player versus player. Because some of the first arena I ever did was on my priest and my hunter in Burning Crusade. So she's got... Yeah, so 2011, she got 1750. She was rival. Now, I don't know if this is across my account or if this is this particular character. I did get the rival in 2009. 2009. Didn't get very high. So it's just interesting to see. I'm master of the Eye of the Storm. I'm also... Fun stuff. I did want to check just real quick. Let me log out here real quick. I also need to log into work here in about 10 minutes, but let me check. Do I have another hunter here? This is a hunter I made later, down the road. What I want to see is, can I equip multiple weapons currently? I'm afraid to unequip those weapons on my main hunter. That looks like you still can equip them. Now let's go to Vanilla WoW. If I can remember my password. 1 second. I'll just type it in for you guys so you know it. Don't worry, it's a lot longer than that. I have a hunter around here somewhere, don't I? Let's see, Cheryl. Let's log into this hunter real quick. Let us log into this hunter. You must always log into the hunter. You cannot forget to log into a hunter. Let's take a look at... See how different... So now you have the main hand, the offhand, but you still have your actual ranged weapon. So, okay, we're going to go back to retail. Main hand. Offhand. Do not require proficiency. Shit, I don't have any kind of an offhand weapon I can equip. What is this? Polearm? But anyways, it's a little different in retail, obviously. All right, so let's just real quick go back to my main realm. Now we're talking about the paladin in retail WoW, and I've been doing some of the quests. There's not a lot to good. I just transmogged this. It was okay. I didn't really want to have to wear the helm, but this particular chest piece has that neck that goes up super high, and it's this purple neck, so it looks really stupid if I didn't put some sort of a helm transmog on. So I'm gonna head into the kind of full set. And as we look at, come on, loading, 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 get those doggies loading. As we get in here, let's see, what quest do we have called Arms? Stormheart. Let's head up. Former's Temple, Dalaran Crater, Karazhan? Shatrath, and the Caverns of Time. We don't want to really go to any of those places. Now, so this is a protection paladin. The talents I've done are kind of what people recommend. One thing I don't like about the current paladins, I don't really like Blessed Hammer. It throws these stupid hammers that spin around. I'm not a real big fan. Redoubt is when you throw your shield out, increases your chance to block by a drastic amount. 75% is ridiculous. But then you've got Holy Shield. I mean, if you just wanted to be a paladin that was like AoE grinding for money or something, or gear drops or something, I would probably just, well, I probably would still go with Blessed Hammer. And the reason is the debuff. I mean, let's say I'm killing like 10, 15 mobs at once. The debuff here reduces all that damage to 12%. Well, that's a lot if I've got like, 8, 10 people hitting me. If I am going up against a lot of spells, though, then I might consider, if I was killing a lot of spell users, I might consider Holy Shield. But in most cases, I would think Blessed Hammer is probably the best option. Crusader's Judgment, it's kind of a crap talent. It lets me get 2 charged on Judgment. I don't know. But it's what they recommend. This one, I don't know. This is like if you're heavy, can take in heavy melee damage, maybe burst, like some sort of burst melee damage, and you wanted to mitigate it and be able to mitigate that burst, this might be useful. First Avenger, initial netcast is 50% increase. This is more just a DPS increase. So, and it's going to give you a chance to proc Grand Crusader, which I believe just gives you a free shield, I believe. And Fist of Justice, reduced timer on the Hammer of Justice. Oh, the Crusader. Yeah, the Crusader's Judgment is actually pretty good. I was thinking that was this one, Fist of Justice. But the Crusader's Judgment, that one you definitely want, because when you judge with your Judgment, it'll reduce the cooldown on your shield, of Righteous, and that's definitely useful. Fist of Justice is the one that I was saying it wasn't really that big a deal. It reduces the cooldown of Fist of Justice. That may be great for PvP or something, but I don't know. Now, let's look at PvP, because I haven't done anything with PvP, and I'm not even sure quite how this works. So this is, interesting that you pick, like here, in this next tier, you can pick one of any of these, and I think it's the same on this tier and this tier. You're basically just picking one of these items, but in here it's different. You just have these 3, so removes all movement impairing effects. They're slightly different. Duration of incoming crowd control effects reduced by 20%. Does not stack with similar effects. This is a passive. Interesting. Duration of incoming crowd control effects. I mean, especially since I'm a human and I have, I've already got every man for himself. As long as every man for himself is useful still in PvP situations, then I would think that maybe this passive could be actually fairly interesting. This one removes any loss of control effect with a duration of 5 seconds or more. That's, I'm a big proponent that anything that makes me lose control of my character for more than 5 seconds shouldn't even be in the game. I mean, honestly. I think one of the biggest things with PvP, and one of the most frustrating things with PvP for anybody, is loss of control of your character, and you just sit in the computer looking at the fucking monitor. I mean, that's just silly. It's like, make people win encounters on skill, on moving and dodging and blocking and using your talents. Not, oh, I'm just going to sheep this guy. I mean, I know it takes skill to keep up with rotations of stun locking, but it's kind of silly. I mean, it's not fun for other players to not be able to do anything. So I'm not a big fan of these long loss of control effects. I'm not a big fan of that at all. Removes all movement pairing effects and all effects which cause loss of control of character. But this replaces the honorable medallion. This replaces... These all replace your honorable medallion, which I have down here, honorable medallion. And I don't even... What's the difference? I mean, really? I don't know. I'd be tempted to take this passive. Now, I don't know if this is going to make my cooldown. I wonder if I select this. Okay. That's that. Alright, what is the... It doesn't seem like I can use this. I don't know why. Oh, it's PvP talent or relentless. Hold on a second. Oh, this is a passive. God, I'm an idiot. Let's do this one. Alright, so we did our trinket. I guess only when I'm in PvP that it works. This is kind of strange. Oh, it's a passive as well. Well, give me one that's not a passive. So okay, so this is like kind of like being an undead with a trinket. I mean, these do have, unless they just threw the cooldown in there because I just equipped it. But I'm going to guess that Every Man for Himself is going to trigger a cooldown on Gladiator's Medallion. Let's take a look and see what the cooldown of this is, right? Okay, so it's got a 2-minute cooldown. Alright, so that's kind of what I would have expected. But both of these are passives. Removes any loss control for the duration of 5 more seconds. So it's interesting. You have to play around with these and see if these other ones that are passives, because those are going to be active, I would imagine, all the time. Because they don't have a cooldown. So that would be interesting to see. It's a little bit something interesting to think about, PvP. And then we go down my talent tree, and you got Cavalier. This is just, you get this damn horse that lets you move quick for a few seconds. I don't know, like a whole 3 seconds or some BS. Again, I'm not a fan of this talent. If they wanted to give Paladins the ability to move quicker, just, I don't know, maybe Shield Rush. I think that would have been a way cooler talent. Like some sort of, like, I dash forward quickly with my shield. That would have been way cooler than jumping on this stupid horse. Although you can attack while you're on the back of the horse, which is kind of neat. Hand of the Protector. This is just your heal, but if you have this talent, you can heal someone else in your party. So now that I've got this, let's take a look if I can find another player or NPC. But because I have this talent, I can heal other people. So this is just a rambling video, me talking about WoW. It's not, I know it's crazy. It doesn't have a huge, there was no huge agenda. It was just me kind of, I wanted to get some content up. I hadn't uploaded a video in a couple days, and I wanted to talk about a few different topics. So this guy here, right? So there. Well, actually, that looks like it healed me. But if I was in a party, it should heal. It should heal the party member. Not me. It won't heal me. What is this crazy looking bird? That is a crazy looking bird. That's interesting. It looked like it healed us both. I saw sparkles appear on both of us. That is interesting. To heal a friendly target based on your missing health. Interesting. It's interesting. So I have to play around with that to see what the actual heals are coming through. If it's just, it should just be healing who I'm have targeted. Judgment of Light. Judgment now causes 4/6 attacks against the target to heal. So that's kind of cool. If I'm AOE grinding or I'm pulling a big pull in a dungeon, that's going to be very useful. I want to judge to pull. Righteous Protector. Reduces the cooldown and Light of Protector and Avenging Wrath. That's actually pretty useful as well. So pretty bare bone. It's pretty much a no-brainer on some of these. Alright. Now, as far as the combat rotations and stuff, I find them rather boring for Paladin. And it's just because of what I talked about before. There's no challenge in World of Warcraft when you're leveling or when you're doing quests. I mean, they have these quests where I'm killing all these mobs, and let's take it. like if I go in and do a world quest, if I go and zoom in here, there's these different events, like this one, these blue ones, continued exposure, you know, here, war bonus, gold. This one I've already done. Well, I'm not sure what this is. It's a Legion Assaults. Here, you can get a cloak. So this looks like some sort of a dungeon. What is this? Here you've got, so there's these different, they have these icons now on the maps that are a lot more useful. A lot more information. Here, like this one here I haven't done. So this one's pretty straightforward, so let's fly here. But I mean, I think all I've been doing, you know, waiting for Battle for Azeroth is kind of just doing that. Going to the map, finding some sort of stupid quest, or... but the worst part is, when I leveled to 110 with the boost, the items they gave me are higher item level. Like, this is a 176 item level. I did one of these world quests. Actually, no, that's 180. That's 184. That's actually better. I think that one might have upgraded. Like, you know how you kill one of the gray elite bosses in the world or whatever, and then it has a chance to upgrade. I think that one might have upgraded. Let's see. I know I've got... Let's look at my inventory. There should be some blues that I got there. They're just not as high. They're like 160. Here's one. So I killed like an underwater gray elite, and all I got was this wrist. Well, it's 160. That's not even as good as this wrist, which I got just from... They gave me when I boosted to 110. So it's a little frustrating in that it seems like the only way I'm going to get any kind of better gear is to run dungeons, which is fine, but I don't know. I guess that's fine. I think the one thing about World of Warcraft Retail I don't like almost, and people might laugh at me, is there's almost just too much to do, and it's not that that's a bad thing. You know, having too much to do is a good thing if it's challenging content or something that's really interesting. But all this stuff in WoW that's to do is just boring shit. It's like, go do the same repetitive shit over and over again. It's boring. There's no challenge. I mean, it's really mind-numbing content, and that is one of my biggest. There's an elite of some unguarded treasure. Let me get the map real quick. I may want to go back and let's go ahead and get that real quick. But it's mind-numbing content, and it's like really boring content, and I'm not a fan of that. And I'd rather have absolutely nothing to do but explore. You know, if I was just exploring the map, like let's say like what I'm doing right now, I'm running around the map and I'm looking, just checking out the world, maybe trying to find some sort of interesting bosses in the world or monsters in the world. I'd rather do that, exploring and finding that type of stuff, than having to do some sort of repetitive bullshit like, you know, kill 10 of these guys and steal their food and give it to somebody, but do it every day, and there's no challenge. So that's our treasure, ugly human. So here we go. So I mean, just watch my health though. My health, like, what did it drop? Like a couple percent, like 1%. You know? And here you got a toy. Oh, great. I got a toy. What is it? A thistle leaf branch. Okay, well, whatever. I guess that's kind of cool. I mean, you got a new toy. There's another item I got that's not even high as level as what I got from boosting. I will say one thing. I love what they did with the graphics and the world. I mean, they've done a great job of adding the new zones. What is this looking thing? That'd be kind of a cool pet for a hunter, maybe. Wild Nightsaber. Now, he's level 110. I killed him in just a few swings of my weapon. I mean, he's the same level as me. That's ridiculous. I want to see my health drop at least 35%. At least 35%. And force me to actually heal myself. You know, to me, that is ridiculous. And what is this? Class Hall report? Again, some stupid repetitive garrison type bullshit that I had to do, which is just stupid. But I love the world. I love the graphics. I mean, they're not my favorite graphics, obviously, but they're a lot better than the vanilla graphics, and they've done a nice job of populating the world with a lot of interesting little, you know, just little things. You know, they've more flowers, just more foliage. The trees in certain areas, like these trees, they're just massive. They're big. They're interesting trees. You know, we're gonna go ahead and head towards this other quest over here. There's a lot of quests to pick up. I'm not going to bother. I mean, what's the benefit of doing these quests? I mean, probably just gaining rep and stuff and money and gold. What is... Okay. Look at my health. It's just not even moving. And I'm spamming this stupid spinning hammer, which is kind of gay looking. Why am I not looting? You don't have permission to loot that corpse. Okie dokie. I don't have permission to loot that corpse. Why not? I have no idea. Collect a bunch of eggs. Here's what I was talking about, though. You can actually attack while you're on the back of your horse. Well, damn it. You can. See here, I'm attacking on my horse. Alright, this is really kind of silly. Supposed to kill these guys for eggs, I guess. Here, let's actually try to round up a few of these guys. He's like, come at me. Come at me, bro. Stupid ass little kitties saying dumb shit like that. Yeah, whatever. So, you know, I think what WoW really is missing is, and I've mentioned before, is it's really that adventures aspect, that Dungeons and Dragons type, going into a world and trying to explore it and being afraid that every time I go around a corner or walk into a cave that there might be something in there that's going to basically cut my head off and kill me. I mean, WoW doesn't have that. In fact, most MMOs don't have that, and that is the one thing that I think is sadly missing and sorely missing. You know, when I played Lineage 2, the first time I played it, if I went into zones that were higher level than me, even if I was in zones that were my level, and I maybe pulled 2 or 3 monsters, I mean, I was dead. I was running for my life. I was going to get my ass handed to me. There were like dungeons I would walk into, and I was scared. I mean, I was afraid. I was like, man, if I make a wrong move or if I accidentally aggro this group over here, I'm dead. I'm absolutely dead. And you know, that's missing. It's really missing from a lot of MMOs, and specifically World of Warcraft. You know, I have no fear. I'm running around jumping off mountains, aggroing 20 miles a time, and I have absolutely no fear. I'm not in any way concerned. Look at me, I'll just aggro everybody. Let's run over here, let's say, hey, you want this? Let's come to the party, man. You know, I probably feel like I could take on 40 of these guys and not even have a problem. 40. You know? Interrupt this guy. Oh, so my health is getting a little bit low, right? Oh, my health's getting a little bit low. Oh, boom, heal. You know, and I haven't even used any of my real big damage mitigation abilities. Oh, you want to shoot? I could just hammer you. Shield, block, you know, it's just face roll, basically. Heal. So, it's to me, that's a very boring way to play an MMO. You know, I mean, how can it be that, you know, the joy of playing, what makes something fun is the feeling that you've achieved something. And the more difficult it is to achieve something, the more satisfaction. Look at these little almost hobbit houses, they're log houses. The more satisfaction you're going to feel, you know, of achieving something that was very difficult, you know. So that's just totally missing from World of Warcraft. And I don't know who's in charge of this game, but they seriously need to take a look at this game and say, why am I making it so easy? Why am I forcing people to do the same boring stuff over and over again just so they can get exalted, so they can get a void elf that looks pretty much just like a night elf? I mean, it's literally not that big of a difference, you know. And to me, it's like, it's just there as content. They can say, we rolled out content. People can't say that we don't have new content. You know, and it's a way to get people to have to do these things. Now these people have to, you know, now there's people out there that play World of Warcraft Retail that want to do everything in the game. They want to do every quest. They want to do every achievement. And I think those people are a little bit sick mentally, but but they do, and they will spend all their time making sure they've done every little thing possible. What is this? Snail? That's kind of cool, actually. But these things are what I like, is the detail in the world, the different trees. We have way different trees now than we did in Vanilla WoW. or previous versions of WoW. There's a lot more variety of tree life, which is just fantastic. So that's cool.
Naga have overrun the ruins of Kaldalar. If they're allowed to gain a foot.
Okay, Naga's over on the ruins. I thought there was somebody in here. I don't even see any Naga in here. Well, I seem to run right past the objective because I'm rambling again. And I'm supposed to be logged into work 13 minutes ago, so I'm going to have to cut this video short. But anyways, you get the point. I think that there's a lot of ways they can improve WoW. I think the Paladin is pretty fun in retail. I mean, I think that it's a face roll, easy class. I think they probably all are. As far as mythic dungeons, I think you're probably better off going with a monk or a DK. If you want to do like mythic plus tanking, I think those are probably a little bit better suited. But the Paladin is still a very good, solid tank. Sea Skull. Let's real quick see. Let's real quick run back up here and see if we can hit that one objective. I'm just curious what it is. Okay, this one here. We gotta kill this Cathal. Let's see if we can kill Cathal. These damn yellow stars keep popping everywhere. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut this video out. I'll just do this outside of recording because I gotta do some work. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you disagree with my comments, feel free to voice your opinion in the comments. I try to respond to everybody if I can. And I hope everybody has a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.